Hi folks. Right, still on the oils. I must give credit to Stuart Davis for rekindling the fire with this type of painting. There's nothing new in lifting out. It's an age-old technique, but to take it to the level of making an actual painting by lifting out is a real challenge, and it's very, very interesting. Use a lot of paper, and what I've done this morning, I've gone out and I bought some boiled linseed oil. Now I've used this before. Now I would imagine that this isn't anything but artist quality, of course, because it's cheap, £4.50 for that lot. But I mixed it with some a little bit of alkyd resin to help it dry, because linseed can take a long time to dry. But if you mix it with a bit of alkyd resin, it should stay quite workable for quite a time. So I'll put a bit of that in. So that's the fast drying medium, but the linseed oil will slow it down a bit. Now this stuff, now there's no guarantee that won't fade with age, but with this type of painting I don't suppose it'll really matter. It might improve it, but it wouldn't be for many years, I would think. So these are demonstrations after all said and done, and if anybody wants to buy one, well, they can, but I don't hold them up to be finished products. They are demonstrations after all. Now I know Stuart, just go and have a look at him. Just have a look at his channel. He's on Facebook. He's a great teacher. He uses a soft brush to blend if he's using a knife, which is another nice technique. I'm very taken with this. Well, I'm just looking for a painting knife in case I use one. There's one there, just in case. Oops, sorry. So I've had this for some years, so it must have been cheap when I bought it, but it would do if I ever get around to using a painting knife. But basically I'm using inch varnish brushes and an 1.5 inch varnish brush. I will go and get one from, they're quite hard to get in DIY shops because they're selling cheap Chinese rubbish, or nylon bristles, and I'm not a lover of nylon for this sort of work, unless you're working on small nylon flats for watercolour and so on. This board is 16 by 12. I've got another one prepared which is 20 by 16, which is probably a better size, but I'm painting for the frames that I have. I like to put them in a frame at the end. Right, so let's colours. Well, I probably won't use the light or the cadmium red. Bit of ultramarine, probably won't use that either, but I might do. But I'll have to scrape a bit of that off because the ultramarine dries quite quick. Oh well, that's workable, so I'll leave it on. So I've got sap green, light red. I'm not a lover of light red. That's all I've got, and I went to the range yesterday to see if they did a red ochre, which they don't. I'll order that online, but I'm not going to do that for a few days. So we've got the light red, sap green, and some cadmium yellow medium. Oh, I'm going to blow my nose. Excuse me. Just getting over a bit of a cough and cold. Ooh. If you've got to blow, you've got to blow. Right, okay, so dip the brush in the oil, get nice and mixed. Mix that alkyd resin with the linseed. Right, bit of green, bit of red. And we'll just make some marks. Lovely oily. We can have a bit of a something like that. I've given this 2 coats of gesso. It's on 3mm MDF. I had a rogue sheet in with a lot of the others that I bought, so I usually prefer the 2mm because it's lighter. Now I've split, I've probably gone up a bit higher with that, so we'll make it even higher. Right, we'll put some trees on that, I think. Well, let's get that scarp. Right, now let's lift out some, let's have a pathway through that. Put it on, take it off. Okay, let's get a bit darker now in some of that. Now, it's all about texture. I've got this lovely worn out spraying brush. Probably needs a bit darker in there for that to register. Soften that. Got to put something on the sky. Could have a weaker mix of those 2 colours. Right, clean the brush. Let's just lift out some with the brush. Right. Not sure about that. There's a lot of oil. Right, more to shoot. A few trees along there. Put a few trees at the base of that escarpment, if that's the word for it, scarp. Get some nice stuff here. Bit of counter change there. Good fun, isn't it? Seeing it come to life. So you need quite a smooth board to do this lifting out like that. Oops, put my finger through the paper. Soften some of that. Right, let's get the spray brush. Well, they're all a bit sprayed now. A bit warmer near the foreground, a bit more red. Right. Now, now, for these to show up, you've got to, oops, you've got to have enough dark to counter change these light. Look, that's lovely, those grasses. Now let's not so sure about the sky. I might do something radical in the sky. Well, I think I've got enough darks in the thing. Right, let's try a bit of green. Clean the brush. A bit of green with a bit of that Kajal and a bit of white. So I think we've got a green. I'm only using what I've got on the palette, the green, just to make a nice light green. You can put it on your paper and stipple with it. Dip your paper into the wet oil bit of oil. So a nice green. Counter change against that darker background. I'll clean the brush. I can do that with the dark as well. Got some darks behind that green. Right, good clean for the brushes. I will sort that sky out. I'm quite liking that now. That's looking like the Rockies. Not that I've ever been to the Rockies, but now I clean my brushes with get a new cloth with ordinary dish washing up liquid. It's very good. I know a bit of blue and a bit of I'll stay with those colours. Let's have a bit of right, let's see if we can do something with that. Oh, let's take a leaf out of Stuart's. Demos. Right, let's get my little soft brush and see what happens. So much lighter touch I think than I'm using. Right, I'll just really touch up the tops of these are hills, cliffs. Ooh. There's a rogue here just sticking out. Well, I'm not going to use my sable, my riggers. Well, one I will, because I sort of ruined it. Right, let's get my tissue and form a little Q-tip, a tip. With a little brush. Oh. that's easier to use than that tissue. I'll put that in a frame and we'll see what it's like. I haven't finished my tea. Ugh, it's gone cold. I'm using my bench to dry my next painting on. So we'll put it. I'll put it over here. Ooh. Bear with me while I put a couple of pins in this. I did check they actually fit the frame. Now I usually use 2mm stuff, MDF, but the 3mm is much more stable, I would think, and I don't think it would warp. I don't think a damp climate would do them any good, but then they wouldn't do any watercolours or anything. Right, let's just... I'll move the camera back a bit so we can see the whole lot. That's well, there we are, that's another painting. It's quite interesting. Very, very enjoyable to do. Right, I'm going to have a rest now. I'm going to get that uploaded, make myself another cup of tea. So there we are, boiled linseed oil. I'm sure you can buy, if you look for it, you can buy some artist quality linseed oil, which isn't really artist quality, but it's sold as such. And it will last you a long time. Don't know what it's going to be like, but I've got to go and clean my brushes now for have a go later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.